A beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio with your host, Sonny Duke Okosu. Today on the program, we x-ray a major issue, which of course is what can be done to reinvent the Nigerian project to get it working again, to live up to the expectations of the average Nigerian. Interestingly, a whole lot of countries out there, both in Africa and in other parts of the world, gained independence about the same time with Nigeria, and in some cases gained independence after Nigeria did. But we can say for sure that today we're all not on the same page in terms of the state of the economy, in terms of the quality of life, in terms of human capacity development index, and all other indices. So today on the show, we'll look at what can be done to reinvent the Nigerian project. No doubt the challenges are there. The more we focus on the challenges, it looks like the more they get magnified. So today, looking at proffering solutions, let me quickly welcome our panelists to the studio. Let me thank very especially a member of the civil society organization at this state is also a bishop. Let me thank very especially Bishop Osadolo Oche. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, listeners and viewers at home. God bless you.
Let me also welcome a public affairs commentator. He's also a politician, Comrade Stanley Osaze. Comrade, many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning, viewers.
Okay, let me begin with Bishop Osadolo Oche. We are not where we ought to be as a country and as a people, but it looks like the journey has been very, very interesting. By October 1st, Nigeria will be 59. A child born 59 years ago, for crying out loud, has seen a whole lot. I want you to expect that. At that stage, you probably can even be a grandfather. Yes. But it doesn't look like Nigeria has matured to that point to live up to the expectations. Where did we get it wrong? And where have we gotten it right that we can leverage on to make the country a better place?
Thank you very much. See, the problem of Nigeria is a fundamental problem, right from our independence. The way the British government handed over Nigeria to us and call it independent is not truly independent. The British government handed over Nigeria to certain persons and certain tribes in Nigeria to rule and lord over every other tribe and region in Nigeria. That is where the mistake of Nigeria started from. And from that day to today, that region, that tribe, that ethnicity have been lording it over the people of Nigeria, that without them, this country cannot stand. It has played out over time. That in Nigeria, there was a time you hear them say Sokoto Caliphate. You hear Kaduna Mafia. And these are places where whoever wants to become military head of state, president of this Nigeria, either by civil rule, must pay allegiance to the author in that place. And that has played over the years, that if you begin to look at those who were privileged of Satanas to become head of state or president, it was by accident. Nobody came on merit. Starting from Maguyi Ronsi to Gowon to Obasanjo to Jonathan, or no, Shonekon and Jonathan. All these people came by accident to become either head of state, military head of state, or civilian president. Now, and the thing is worsening today because the military came to intervene in the civil dispensation and they bastardized the constitution that gave rise to our independence. And when they are referring to Nigeria as a secular state, they also have in our constitution as it is today reference and preference to some religion and ethnicity. until we sit down as a people and say, no, we are one country, we are one people, and let us go back again to those things that have brought us together. Because in those days, before independence and after independence, an Hausa man can become a mayor or a councillor or local government chairman in the east or in the west before now. But today, if you are from Asia and you are applying for a position in Edo State, they first look at the name. If you are from Edo State and you want to go and work in Lagos, they first look at the name. Nobody is looking at merit any longer in Nigeria, but this name is from which tribe and what religion does this person belong to. Nations that have developed on the basis of quality merit, that this person has what it takes to contribute to the development of the nation, not on the issue of is a member of my religion, is a member of my faith, is from my tribe, is from my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, or is my son. No nation developed under that atmosphere. We have jettisoned the Nigerian Character Commission today. Is no longer in vogue as today Nigeria stands.
Thank you so much, Bishop Osadolo Oche. I come to you now, Comrade Stanley Osansai. Now, in the days of yore, particularly before independence, we know that people talked about regional system of government, which tends to give premium to the capacities of the region, that sort of independence. There's been talk that if we must make progress as a country, we must revisit the issue of regionalization. And that came to the fore from the discussions and conversations and conferences on restructuring Nigeria. What are your thoughts along those lines?
Very firstly, I will not want to accept any form of excuse as regards the reason why Nigeria have not developed to some extent. A man of 59 years old have no reason whatsoever to say, to capitalize on the failure of 48 years back. That is to say, even if Nigeria is not a developed state, we are supposed to be a developing economy. But in this case, we are not a developing economy. We are still in the backwater of economic and political decadence. We agree to the fact that the citizenry of Nigeria are the problem of Nigeria. That is the simple truth. Because nobody that is ruling Nigeria that is from Ghana or from Zaire, the whole persons that are ruling Nigerians are from Nigeria. Which kind of leaders is the system producing? It's a formidable question. What about the system of government? I see no problem in our system of government. It's just that we have not been able to enforce the true system of government that ought to be. If we are in a federating system, we should adhere strictly to real and true federalism, where you have federating units reporting to the center. But in this case, some group of ethnic chauvinists have taken an advantage of the democratic infrastructure to perpetuate evil. They have been able to subdivide the country into two segments. The first segment is for the elites. The second segment is for the Amenutaro Talakawas, of which so many people call them the raptors and the jetons, as the case may be. When there is a political imbroglio between the poor view of the elite, they cry to the Talakawas to say, no, democracy is under threat. Democracy is under threat. It is our responsibility to protect democracy. But when their interest is secure, they don't care about tribalism when they are sharing this, when they are sharing formulas in disbursing our common wealth. In a nutshell, the same people who are supposed to cry out because of favoritism, friendliness, love, and relationship, they would decide to say, please, I am with this, I am with this. Whereas if you are standing to speak the truth in our society, they will consider you as the enemy of the state. I for one sitting here, I'm one of the most insulted person on social media in Edo State because I have chosen not to subscribe to the actions that took place in Edo State House of Assembly today. Majority of persons who believes in tribal sentiment, I say, hey, you are fighting your brother. Now I ask a simple question: is the man from Edo North or Edo Central not my brother? If we agree to be Nigerian, why don't we see ourselves as one? The only problem that is militating against us again is when you check the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, when you check every document that we're about to fill as a citizen of the country, they will ask you state of origin. When you have a state of origin, you are no longer a Nigerian. That gives room for people like us or any other person to say, I was a Benin man first before I became an Edo man, before I became a Nigerian. So the interest of the Benin should go beyond the interest of others. Whereas in a sane society, we are supposed to see ourselves as one. We are supposed to act in line with the overall interest and protecting the collective destiny of Nigerian people. So to me, not until we reorganize ourselves, the citizenry must be ready to stand the test of time, say the truth where necessary, where things are wrong, be it your father, your mother, your friend, any relationship that exists between you both. Try as much as possible to state categorically declare that the road that you are treading on right now is going to cause more political and economic imbroglio to this country. For the betterment of our society, let us tread on the right path. And again, you can see somebody stealing, and maybe you know that person, his name is Matthew, and he happens to be your friend. Go and report him to the police. People will come out to say, you the fuck up. How will you report Matthew will be your guy? How do you expect the country to grow?
Be careful of your language. I mean, we don't use that on air.
No, I said,
yes, I know.
This Matthew that I'm saying is not in existence.
The name, the word.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
that was the classical example.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? So the truth of the matter is simple. The only panacea for us to build a better Nigeria is for these talakawas.
As long as you refuse to go to Sultan or Sokoto and the Emir of Kano palaces, so they will wrestle this power from you. Are you hearing? Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing that could have brought us succor is if we agree. The M is not me and him, because we are here talking grammar. Those that have the authority to enforce it have made up their mind that their word will remain Lord. We have the National Assembly. Each time they bring issue of constitutional amendment or reform, you see the uproar in the National Assembly.
And then the resistance.
The resistance. You see, some people are ready to die, to sacrifice their life. But we don't have such upbringing in the South. You understand? We don't have such upbringing. And they have a means of using us. And how do they come to us? They know that they have succeeded in impoverishing us in the South, as they impoverish the Hausa. They talked of NDDC. You talked of the oil and gas. With the same 13% given to us, go and find out who are doing the major contract in NDDC. Go to MPDC, Sapele Road here. You don't need to travel to Sokoto or to Kano before you hear outside.
Okay.
So the issue is that they give us with left hand and collective with right hand, because they have succeeded. Joseph Stanley says, if you want people to follow you, he say, make them poor and wretched, impoverish them. He brought out a fowl, removed the feathers, and the fowl was bleeding, and they brought some grains of corn and start dropping 2, 3, and the fowl did not look at the pain. It was following, and Joseph Stanley sat down and dropped the corn there. The fowl was remaining there with him because he's hungry. That is where we are. That is where that is a youth today, after graduating 20 years, you are still carrying your certificate to up and down looking for a job.
Bishop, isn't that highlighting the problem, as it were, isn't that dwelling in the past? We're talking about how do we, in spite of all of these challenges, how do we reinvent Nigeria? How do we reinvent?
The only answer to our problem is to return to either regionalism or true federalism. And that is by means of amending our constitution. There are people in this country, there are states in this country that does not contribute to 0%, they contribute 0%. They don't have even 0.5%. But yet, every month, they go to Abuja to collect allocation. Where is this allocation coming from? It's from the certain resources. And by the time the federal government also take their own share, where are they concentrating development? It's in the same region that have never contributed a dime. Right, where we have more local government is the same region that have not contributed a dime. Who are the people that are creating low states and local government? It's the same people who are there. No Satana have ever created one state
let me get
one local government.
Let's get your thoughts
now,
on
sir,
this.
If you look at what you've just explained, I begin to wonder, because no matter all what you say, you use the statement return. That is to say, there exists in the past regionalism.
Yes.
Was it through AK-47 that it forced people to accept federating unit?
Yes.
I'm coming, sir. Hold on.
Just hold on, Bishop. Yeah.
Now, looking at this country critically, you've spoken at length. I want to tell you something, sir, with all sense of respect, with due respect as the case may be. Are you aware that this country that we are in right now, we have different states and local governments? They all have their separate allocation that they are supposed to use to develop their various territory with the little that they have received. Have you been able to see a true reflection of that amount of money
in the lives of the people?
I promise, sir. That is one. And again, sir, when you look at the population of the North, thank God you were strayed more about the Talakawas. How the Talakawas movement started. That is to say, there exists an imbroglio, a political imbroglio in the North. Before now, it was even time immemorial. Sir, looking at the Constitutional Federal Republic of Nigeria, looking at the political permutation of this country, you agree to the fact that in our modern democracy, because why did we accept it? We want to right the wrong of the military despot. We accepted democracy. And as of today, the people who have ruled in this democracy, Southerners have benefited immensely in terms of leadership than even the North. The first ever democratic president from 1999 to 2003 was President Olusegun Obasanjo. When you talk about the South, you did not create a dichotomy between the Southeast and South-South or Southwest. You said the South. And at the end of the day, Obasanjo ruled for 8 years. Then he handed over power to late President Umar Musa Yar'Adua of blessed memory. Yar'Adua ruled to some extent. He died as a result of health challenge. Ebele Jonathan, your own son, our own brother, my own father from the South, ruled. Don't you think that these persons have the opportunity to change the change? At the end of the day, they went back again. Apart from Obasanjo, Jonathan went back to concentrate development in the North. And you are blaming them for using you? No. The truth is, I am here to discuss the way forward. If the generation of our father failed us, we will not subscribe to that. That is why we will say Kabuto regentamenta by doing the right thing at the right time. Sir, the way forward is simple. I want to tell you now, I said it before now, I said there is no differences between the elite in the South and the elite in the North. You can only see differences when their interest is being trampled upon. They will now run back to you and I. And I told you about how the northern population is being impoverished. It is not peculiar to the South. In fact, when it comes to the issue of suffering, you have them more in the North than even in the South. Look at our streets in the Southern region. We have more of the Hausa Fulanis, the Hausas, begging alongside the street. How many Edoman, how many Bayasama, how many Riversman do you see as beggars in the North? So that is not an excuse. The little resources that our government have received in the South, have they been able to impact positively on the life of the people? It's a formidable question. This is a clear message to the Nigerian people. Do not allow anybody to deceive you.
Do not allow anybody to disintegrate the bond and existing relationship that we are trying to build as a youth and people. If I must tell you the truth, the problem of this country is not just leadership alone, it's all about followership and the youth, including myself, Osako.
If you just join us, it's still Politics Today on independent television and radio. We know that while these discussions are on, while the conversations are on, you have your own opinion, you have your own thoughts to express. If you have the opportunity to be here, you do exactly the same thing that our panelists are doing, expressing their views and opinion. They are certainly not the views and opinion of the stations. In the next couple of minutes, our studio lines will be open so you can call and be part of the discussion this beautiful Saturday morning on Politics Today. You can also send us a tweet at ITV Radio NG. That's our Twitter handle. On our personal Twitter handle at Duke Okosun. The program is streaming on our website, our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube platform. Take advantage of all of these platforms to be part of the program this beautiful Saturday morning. 052-290-573. That's our studio number. Dial it and let's get your views and opinions on our discussions this morning on reinventing Nigeria on Politics Today, coming to you live on independent television and radio. Now, gentlemen, just before we start taking the course, the feeling is that if we get it right politically, all other things will
fall in place.
I'd like you to substantiate that because you seem to agree with me on that one. Let's get your thoughts on it.
Yes. What is actually wrong with us is our failure to adhere to the constitution that the military gave to us. Today, people interpret this constitution to suit their purpose. They see the letters very clear, no ambiguity. But they will interpret it to suit their own purpose. That is where things are difficult to change in Nigeria. Now, like there are so many flaws in the Nigerian constitution. Like if I may bring you back to how this constitution was written, where you now have so many injections into it, that was not originally part of this constitution. When the Constitution Drafting Committee was inaugurated by Babangida. But because of inordinate ambition, because of that same mind of representing a religion, Kengibe was the chairman of the drafting committee, and he was not being influenced to put certain clauses that is the problem we have today in the Nigerian constitution. And each time you watch the Nigerian, what do you call it, this assembly that the Jonathan inaugurated last time, that when it came to religion, you saw the stem resistance from the people from the north. So they are hiding under this religion to perpetrate a lot of evil that ought not to be there. If we have agreed that Nigeria is a secular state. My brother made a statement, just that I still have to bring him to history. Nigeria, under the First Republic Constitution, each region is entitled to their resources. But when Gowon came during the 67 Civil War, he now jettisoned the constitution and brought Nigeria to become a federated unit and become a country and remove all the powers of the region, and they started creating states and called Nigeria a secular state. That was where the church was destroyed. Before then,
it's going a Muslim.
Listen to me. Let us not go to many things. Because if you take me there again, I will take you very far to what happened
That's
again.
the reason why I want us to still on reinventing.
I
asked a question, just I said, if we get it right politically, you concur that everything will be okay.
This is the only way. This is the only way. we can get it politically. It's not by mere talking.
Okay.
It's by injection of certain ideas into our constitution that will bind us to the constitution and bringing in workable ideas. Not just putting it there. We all will agree that this thing we must adhere to it.
Let me get your thought on that. Yes, getting it right politically. Yeah,
we must first of all respect our moral values. The law came to enforce morality. Let's have let's look at a classical example with our state here, Edo. We know about the inauguration of the State House Assembly that took place in the past.
That seems to be your passion.
In the past. Some persons will come and quote the constitution to say, even when people knew that this action was happening, everybody has different. Yes, but see, this is
what I'm saying.
Yes. But some persons came again, fine-tune the constitution.
Okay. They
will tell you the law said it is this, whereas with our moral sense, we already know what's happening. What was happening? The truth is this, sir, without sense of respect, our people must first identify what? Corruption as a plague and a problem.
Okay.
If we must fight this corruption, we must fight it sincerely, regardless of our political affiliation.
Absolutely.
Now let's look at the corruption fight that we have in the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. Is it really sincere? That is it. Whether you like it or not, check it clearly. So first, for us to have a better society, our political activities must be sincere enough. And if we want to elect leaders, after we must have organized an elections, like the judiciary, the Senate, as the case may be, the type of the leadership that manage these various affairs, it should be done independently. The idea of alliance of group of persons to influence it should be rejected.
Let's open our studio line now and get some views and thoughts from you listening or watching from any part of the world to be part of the program Politics Today. 052-290-573. That's the studio number. Dial it, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then go ahead with your contribution. Please ensure you do not cast aspersion on anyone, whether the person is in the studio or is not in the studio. We just want to have a meaningful, healthy, objective conversation on reinventing Nigeria. Caller, you are live on the program Politics Today. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, and then go ahead.
Yeah, it is the radio. I'm on call with them.
Hello. Good morning. You are live on the program.
Hello, my name is Gideon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Just turn down the audio level of your radio. Okay, that's better now. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. My name is Gideon. I'm traveling from Bayelsa to Kaduna to Abuja right now.
Okay.
This is one of the most insightful shows I've ever listened to. Both sides, they have insightful things to say, and they all got it right. I agree with that when it says not comes together to absorb power. They don't need power. And I agree with the other. I really don't know their name, but the younger man when he says that the little resources that staff get is not to show for it. Both sides have poor leadership.
Okay.
You know, everybody is only after his own interest. And then at the end of the day, the normal citizens just suffer. I feel the only solution might be drastic, maybe to turn away from democracy. Maybe find another way of leadership that will move us forward. Because we as people, we claim to have high standards of morality.
Yes.
We differ when it comes to the Muslims follow their own way of life and the Christians follow their own way. And then morality is in the middle. People still follow the laws of Quran and Bible, and each person is different.
Yes, we can hear you.
I feel our way of life right now is clashing.
Okay, I'll need to stop it there so we can give the opportunity to move. But the point that you raise is that poverty is as prevalent in the south as much as we have in the north. And then you also raise the issue of resources that have come to the south, and what have the leadership done with those resources. That's the point Comrade Stanius has raised a while ago. Okay, thank you for your call. We'd like to have more calls now so that others can contribute to the program. Hello caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bishop. Esau is calling us from Sapon Gida Ora. Please go ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
Challenges. The most important is that of corruption. If you look at our national assembly, look at the caliber of people that are there. I'm not saying that they are not worthy to be there, but are they ready to change it? Are they ready to ensure that even their death pay is something that can be tolerable? A situation whereby a National Assembly member is earning 14 million naira a month. How can the nation survive with that? This matter is not a matter of that or not. Because the National Assembly is made up of both blocks and extra. If we can find a formula in which National Assembly members or political office holders are given salary like the normal civil servant, I think we will have enough money to take care of country Nigeria. Let's look at it. Thank you. God bless all of you.
All right, Bishop Bishop, thank you for your call and your contribution. Our studio line is still open. 0522900573. Please dial the number and let's get your take on the program Politics Today. Hello, caller. Good morning. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please speak up a little bit. Let us know your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Lawrence. I'm calling from Ubioko.
All right, Lawrence from Ubioko in City. Please go ahead, Lawrence.
The problem we are having in this country is the acceptance of corruption. Corruption is the key to the problem we are having today.
Okay.
Secondly, you see, at times they say the country is too large for a president. If a country too large for a governor, a state too large for a governor, if a constituency too large for a senator. So this issue of corruption is the problem that we are facing in this country.
Okay.
If we can be able to fight corruption with all sincerity, not with hunting, you will see that this country will be okay. So thank you very much.
Lawrence, thank you for your contribution. Our studio line is still open. What's your name? Where you're calling from? Please go ahead and call and contribute to Policies Today. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the audio level on your television or radio to take away the echo so we can hear you. Otherwise, we'll take it off.
This is Dickie Nasir. I'm calling from Maluku East.
All right, Dickie Nasir. Please go ahead with your contribution.
I greet your guest there in the studio.
Thank you.
I just want to subscribe to the last comment just now.
Yeah.
That is the problem we are facing, and it is a hot back on the body and life of Nigeria. Corruption. If the issue of corruption, what we are saying of House of Assembly issued their security allowance or what they are receiving, it is still corruption that leads to it. This issue of corruption, if we can be able to fight it, we will get our promised land. We need not a prophet to tell us that this is where we are going. And we are also very selfish to what we have. It is still based on this issue of corruption. What the Tata people, we are saying they are richer than the Tata Nigerian. But what is coming from our side here is more. It's more than what is coming from the northern aspect. But I want to say that the leadership should look into what democracy is.
Okay.
If you know what the definition of democracy, we will have our way out. Thanks and God bless you.
Thank you, Deacon Asewohai. We'll take our last call for today. Tell us your name, caller, where you're calling from. Your last caller for today. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Mr. Chadwick. I'm calling from Oluko.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, I must commend the callers as well as the panelists on the studio. For me, my own contribution is that it's not a north thing, it's not a south thing. It's just something of the mind.
Okay.
And that's corruption. Other countries of the world, they have constitutions. There's no perfect human system. There's no human system that is perfect. That is why even in America, in UK, all of them, all over the world, you see them amending their constitution, on a daily basis. But in Nigeria, we have a system where people put their own common interest first before the interest of any other person. So that's what we are facing. So it's not a nothing, it's not a south thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You are our last caller for today. We appreciate you and every other one that contributed to the discussion. Now we're back to the studio to call it a wrap on the program. We are where we are now. We know the history. What can we do differently to change the narratives about the country? If you have the opportunity,
we must have the fear of God in our heart. If we don't have that fear in our heart, there is nothing we can change. If we have the fear of God in our heart, because the Holy Spirit always tells us when we want to do right and do wrong. He wants us or applaud us. So until we agree that that thing we are hearing is either right or wrong, where it is wrong, we correct ourselves. Where it is right, we improve on it. Nigeria will go nowhere. Today, Nigeria have accepted that money, once you make money, you are already on the path of righteousness. That is why a small child can sell the mother, the father, and make money. As I was reading one today, where a small boy of less than 16 years killed the mother, slept with the mother after he associated in killing the mother to be able to make money. How did we get there? This issue of get rich quick in Nigeria is becoming a different thing. Why did this thing happen? Because those that are ahead of us are making money without doing anything. So everybody is now in the system, whether in the church, outside the church, everywhere, to make quick money. Until we come to discipline ourselves. The Bible says godliness and contentment is a great gain. Until we're able to have godliness in our heart and contentment, that when you are happy with 1 naira you have, you are a rich man. Because riches is not the quantity or the volume of money you have. It's the satisfaction
that you have. All right, Comrade Stanley,
Doing what is good is not enough for one to be measured as a person who has good conscience. Good conscience is the awareness of what is good and what is bad, and simply adhere to what is good. So when you are not privy to what is bad and you are doing the right, it's because of the fact that you have not seen opportunity. So you should be aware of what is bad and what is good, then you choose to do what is good. The point here is this. As a people, we must be very, very careful the way we skyrocket religion over development, the way we skyrocket religion over good conscience. Let us open our mental horizon to think. I am making a recommendation about a book written by Walter Rodley, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. So the point here is this. Nobody or group of persons outside Nigeria can develop Nigerians for Nigerians.
Only Nigerians that can develop Nigeria.
So in a nutshell, ipso facto that I have presented, we must be ready to take up responsibility by doing the right thing at the right time, by fighting corruption vehemently. And we cannot expect the president alone to fight corruption. It is the collective responsibility of all Nigerians to fight it. Stop.
Yes, in the fight against corruption, the president must also be transparent in its suppression, so that Nigerians can take the fight more seriously.
The corruption,
I'd like to conclude by saying that reinventing Nigeria is a project collectively, not as individuals, irrespective of where you belong, whether in the north or in the south. And if we see it from that perspective, then of course we can reinvent this country and take the country to where it ought to be. Big thanks to our panelists Comrade Stanley Osaze, and of course Bishop Osadola Oche. Big thanks to all those who also contributed via telephone across the state and across the country. We appreciate you. My name is Sonny Duke Okosun. Thank you for staying with us. Do have a great weekend. Bye for now.